Welcome to the Ryze Trading channel. My name is Ben, and today we're going to be going through multi-time frame analysis. This has been massively requested across my Telegram and my Instagram. If you're not already following, then the Instagram's right here at Ryze Trading, and the link will be in the description down below for the Telegram and towards my personal Instagram as well. So if you want to find out more about trading, or you just want to know what I get up to on a day-to-day basis, then you can have a look at those links down below. Now, I will try and get through as many content ideas as possible. This includes anything that's put in the comments, anything that's messaged on Telegram and Instagram. I don't have any secrets to hide, so I'm going to give away as much as I can as possible for free. We're going to go through it and do as much as we can. So today, multi-time frame analysis. It is a very simple topic, but we can go more in depth and more more experienced trader content further on down the line. Whatever's requested, I'll try and get through. So, if we understanding time frames is very important for doing anything to do with multi-time frame analysis. If we look at a 4-hour candle, everyone should know that it represents price movement for a 4-hour time frame. Now, this candle can be broken down into 4 1-hour candles or 8 30-minute candles, etc., etc. It doesn't really matter how many times it breaks down. All we need to know is each candle represents a certain time frame of price. So if we're going through with this and we go to the next slide, we need to understand why we're using top-down analysis, which is also multi-time frame analysis, going through the time frames and why we sort of analyze every different time frame. Why can't we just use one? So on TradingView, which is I'm assuming what most people are using, if you're not, every chart software does have time frames. So if you're going through, the standard ones people use are on screen now. Again, if you have premium on TradingView, it does go all the way into the seconds. I know if you use CTrader, then again, different time frames are available, but you can pretty much use any time frame that you want ever, as you can customize the time frames that you're using. So if we're going through and we're looking to the next slide, what time frame should we use when we're using top-down analysis? Now, the truth is, there is no right answer. Traders will develop their own preference to time frames when trading over time. Now, I've been trading for 5.5 years now, coming up to 6. And listen, I've used a lot of different time frames. It really does depend on the strategy and the type of trader that you're going to become. I did start out as a scalper because, when I first decided to start trading, I was very risky. I like to take risks. I like the excitement of making the money from it. Now the novelty's starting to wear off and I'm trying to become safer. And of course, I'm trading with more money these days. So the risk is a lot higher for me. So I do like to be taking higher probability trades on the higher time frame over a longer period of time. It's less stress. It's a lot easier to manage. And it's just my preference. But again, I know people who have been scalpers for 10 plus years. And it is all up to you as a person. So when you're starting off, if you're a beginner trader, it's best to stick to the common time frames: daily, 4-hour, hourly, and a lower time frame. Potentially even weekly if you're looking at higher time frame day trading or potentially swing trading. But again, like I say, you will develop these over time yourself. So how do we start analyzing? For me, I start on the daily chart. This is for the strategy that I use, which is using smart money concepts. Start with your highest time frame. Identify the overall trend by marking structure. And don't just guess. Mark every stage of your analysis. Your trade should be a story. You should be writing a story to the lead up to your trade. Before you execute, you should have the full story in mind and every reasoning as to why you're taking the trade. Don't just look at a chart last minute and go, oh, I've almost missed a trade. Let's just enter in case I miss. This is fear of missing out. It's pointless risking a loss when you could just miss the trade and you'll lose nothing. You're no better off, you're no worse off. It's better to miss a trade than it is to enter a trade badly. So we're scaling down. For me, next time frame is 4-hour. Now reanalyze the markets now. If we go back to the daily, which I'll show on the live chart in a minute, we can see that price was bearish. This big pushed price all the way down on the daily, but on the 4-hour, we're having a bullish push. But on the daily chart, all this looks like is a retracement. Again, which we'll show in the charts. The most important thing is that you remember the bias that you marked on your high time frame chart. Like I said, it was bearish. Mark the ranges and you'll use these structures as your zones for stop losses, take profits, etc. etc. Moving down again, this is where you do your refinement after you scale 2 or 3 times. Charts will begin to show a lot of information. Of course, if you're on the 24-hour, the daily chart, and you're dropping into the hourly, we now have 24 more candles available, every single daily candle available. So there's a lot more information, it's a lot more broken down, and price fluctuates a lot more according to the charts because of the price movements not being that big. So assuming we have minor price movements, these will very, very rarely be reflected if you're staring at the daily chart. We're only using daily for the bias, and that's pretty much it. Once we refine, we can start to pinpoint our entry point, and then we drop into the lower time frame, and then we will eventually get into entering a trade. So let's go into detail on the charts with an example. Okay, now we're on trading view. I shall show you, I'll actually use the trade I've just used. So if we're looking at GBP USD, the overall bias is bearish. We can see here, price made a, let's just start from here, a high, a low. Price did not go above here, so this is still the high. New low, where are we? This is our new high, and this is our new low. So we know price is bearish. That's the worst arrow I could have ever drawn. Price is bearish. We know this. This is our daily bias. For me, we drop into the 4-hour now. I'm going to clear this chart so we can see. Everything's aligning, okay? We can see this now. Price did come up back on a pullback on the daily chart. Remember, this is 16 4-hour candles. So if we go into the 4-hour, the last 16 candles, we can see it may potentially look bullish as our high is here. Price has broken this high here. So it is a change in character. There is bullish intent on the 4-hour chart. But remember, we are looking at the daily, and we see that price was bearish. So we're going to be looking for shorts for now until we get the confirmation of trend. This section here is where I was looking to enter my trade. So again, those who trade smart money concepts will see that price dropped down, price came back up, and then price dropped back down. For a standard formation on smart money concepts, this is very, very normal. Again, we would be looking to take the trade from here. The only time price would be invalidated if price did this, broke above that high, and created a new high. Then we have if it just makes a new low and then makes a new high, then we'd be looking for longs on the 4-hour chart. On the daily, we would also be looking for potential longs as we have bullish intent after we break this high. So this is how we're looking at the charts. We know, we're aware of the daily. We're not really analyzing on it, but we are aware of it. As you can see, this is the daily high. I will just mark this just so it makes it clear. Daily high. And I just mark this as well, 4-hour point of interest. So this is how we're looking now. So if price breaks above the daily high and then has a pullback to an area of interest on the 4-hour, then we can be looking for buys because our daily high is broken, which means we are showing bullish intent. But for now, it is still bearish and we're looking in. If I look in the hourly, I can check closely into this part. I am happy. We can refine this further. What broke this low? So potentially this low was broken here. We could have taken a trade. What broke it is this area here. There's a wick here that broke this low. So we could have taken a trade here, and yes, we would have been in profit. But I did miss this last week, so we are chilling. Again, this is where we're looking now for this 4-hour point of interest. Until price breaks this high, we're still looking towards shorts. So now what I do is I drop into my lower time frame. Those who trade smart money concepts or understand the strategy that I'm using will understand how this is working. So we're going in. Nothing clear to me here. Like I say, once you've dropped past the 1 hour for myself. Any of these time frames is fine, whatever's clear. For me, there was no entry here, no entry here. At this point, price is confirmed because on the 5 minutes, we can see that price broke here. Yep, the low was broken here. And the second low was broken here. So we had bearish intent here, and we have confirmed the change of structure here. So we are bearish, sorry. So we are bearish at this point. What we're looking for now after this break is an entry. Nothing up here is clear for me. After that, we have a break here. I'll just use the pen because it's quicker. A high here. Oh, high here. The low was here. We broke this and we came back up. This cleared this. So we're low is here. And this was where my entry was. Now, yes, potentially it could have hit stop loss, but since this POI is so small, we took it from the entry and I just whacked on a 5 pip stop loss, which is highly clear right now. This is actually live, so this is where we're trading currently in the market. And this is how we're looking. So hopefully we understand our time frames. Now I'm just going to go a little bit more in depth. Let me turn this off with the scales. No. Yeah. Oh. What am I looking for? Extended price line. No, I'm looking to get rid of this. Price. Current price. Yeah, so I am looking to get rid of current price. Where is it? I have no idea where it is. Okay, sorry guys. So we're going to go on the 4 hour instead and we'll just work here. Essentially, if the daily is doing something like this, let's say this is the daily. So this is the daily. So if we're going into it, we'll look at the 4 hours potentially going to be doing something like this. Okay, so we're pulling down, we're creating structure, highs and lows. It comes all the way down into this area, and then basically on the 4 hour, it's going to begin to look like this. Okay, so this push here on the daily is beginning to look like this on the 4 hour. It's really important we understand this when we're doing top-down analysis, because sometimes you'll be going in from the daily and you're expecting to take short trades because, you know, we're on a pullback. It could be a good time to sell, but you've got to remember on the 4 hour, which is still a relatively high time frame, we can begin to see something like this where we start to take long trades until, say, price comes up to our point of interest on the daily. We could take longs all the way up until this point. Oh, sorry. We would take longs all the way up into this point, and then potentially we're aware of this POI on the daily, and then we could take shorts. Okay, so and this happens from every single time frame, not just daily to 4 hour, 4 hour to hourly. Everything is the same, fractal nature of the market. So this is what we're going to be looking at. So it's important that you understand all sections of what we've just drawn. But that is it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below what you want to see next. I'll get around to as much content as I possibly can. Otherwise, all the links in the description, and thank you for watching.